In this video, we are going to see how to use Copilot in Excel. Hello, my name is Paresh and you're watching 365 Pros. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I hope you do, and also click the bell icon so that you get notifications of my upcoming videos. All right, so on our screen, what we have over here is some coffee sales data, which is a demo data. And what we can do is click on Copilot over here, which will open our sidebar. But what do we see over here? We see that it's actually not working. So it says I only work on Excel table. All right. So there are a couple of things that you need to be aware of, which can be a little irritating, but hey, you need to do some efforts to get to the good stuff, right? So basically, the Copilot in Excel only works on data which are formatted as table. All right. That's one thing. Second thing is that the file that you're working on should have auto save enabled as well, and it should be available in the OneDrive, which is associated with your account on which the Copilot license is configured to. All right. So basically, what we can do over here, we can select our data. So let's just select our data here and click on Insert, and then click on Table, and my data has headers. That's fine. I click on OK, and you can see over here that it is formatted as table now, and my sidebar is also enabled. That means I can also use the prompt now. Okay. Now, while you're working on this prompt, just like how we saw in our previous videos when we were working with Copilot for Word, we can always click on this view prompts icon, which will show you a bunch of options that you can use. All right. Or you can also, click on analyze. So what it does is you can also type analyze prompt over here and click on enter. But what it does is it gives you a bunch of options out of the box where it says, okay, do you want to see insights for cost, or which is the store for coffee product cappuccino, or you want to see percentages of total cost that comes from the coffee product mocha, right? So based on your data and which is available in your columns and rows, it gives you some insights out of the box. You can also refresh it to see some more insights as well. Are there any outliners in my data? Okay. Or total cost for coffee product excluding the latte. So you can do a bunch of different things. So let's say, let's just see this particular insight: total cost for coffee product excluding the latte. So it's going to analyze your data, and based on that, it's going to give you certain results. And as you can see over here, it has given me the cost of coffee products, excluding the latte, and the sum of total costs, right? And if you want to see how this data is coming, you can also click on add to a new sheet. All right. So basically, it will insert this pivot over here into a new sheet. And in this particular thing, what you can do is you can go ahead and maybe clear filter, and you can see the results for latte as well over here. So with the analyze prompt, there are a bunch of different insights that you can get for your data. So let's just try another example over here. All right. So let me just type in another prompt. Let's say I want to calculate total sales for store A for the year 2020. All right. And click on send. So what it's going to do is it's going to create a pivot and apply the filters where the store equals store A and the year equals 2020, and then create a sum of total sales for that. Right. And as you can see over here, it is somewhere around 20,522 dollars, right? Now, if we want to verify if that answer is correct or not, I can click on add to a new sheet, just like we saw before, and it will add that pivot to the new sheet. And over here, we can see what all filters have been applied. So the store is store A and the year is 2020. And if we want, we can also, check for other stores as well. So let's just say I want to check for store B, and the sum is this particular figure, right? And if we want, we can actually remove all the filters, and let's just say I want to calculate for all of them. And here is how I can verify if the total sales is actually right. So basically, doing permutation and combination, I can verify if the data that was shown by the Copilot is correct or not. Okay. Now, there are other complex things that you can do with Copilot in Excel. Now, instead of giving instructions for analysis, you can actually ask questions to the Copilot. just like your manager would ask you some questions. So for example, let's just ask a question over here: which coffee product has the most sales in 2020? All right, and click on send. So again, what Copilot will do is go through the data which is highlighted in the table, and then it will basically create a pivot and put a bunch of filters, and then calculate and give us the answer. So over here you can see that it says the coffee product latte had the most sales in the year 2020. And again, if we want to confirm or check if this answer is correct, we can always click on add to new sheet. So basically what we can do is check if the calculations were made correctly by the Copilot. So we can see the year was applied correctly and the coffee product filter was also applied correctly. And if we want, we can always go ahead and remove the filters to see um, other data as well, right? So we can see sum of sales for all the products. Now, the last thing that I want to show over here is how you can give multiple values for analysis. All right. So let's just type in a prompt where I want to know what are the bottom three stores by average rating. All right. Now, a pro tip over here, it would be very good if you provide the column names in under single quotes. It just gives a better understanding for the Copilot of what it's looking for. All right. So let's just go ahead and see what does it give. All right, so it has actually found out an answer where it says the bottom three stores by average rating are store A with an average rating of 2.89, store C, and then followed by store B. All right, and if you want to check the answers again, you can add this to a new sheet and look at the pivot, remove the filters, and see if the answers are correct or not. Right. Now, another thing is that it's always better to write your prompts in a way like you're asking questions, right? Um, Not necessarily like the one that we showed over here. For example, which stores has the lowest average rating? All right. So let's just see what this brings up. And you can be very specific, like bottom three or top three, whatever that is, right? So this is also another way on how you can write your prompt in a way of questions. It's always better that you write in the way of asking questions, right? Now obviously we did not specify how many stores we want to see, so it has just brought in the lowest one that is available, right? And over here we were very specific that we wanted to see bottom three, so it got us the three stores with the lowest rating. So there are different ways by which you can write the prompts, and the Copilot in Excel will analyze the data in the table and bring you the results. Now, the next bit that I want to go through here is charts. So what you can tell is to create a very standardized charts. For example, if I want cost by year, I can simply type cost by year over here and click on send. It will actually create a line chart for me that I can then put into my Excel file as well. Now, what is nice about this is that if you have your Excel that is formatted in your company's template, it will actually use your template color. So if, for example, you work for a company where the standard color is, let's say, dark purple, right? Then it will create that line in dark purple. So it will use all your primary colors as assigned by your company in the Excel formatting. Now, just like previous examples, what I can do is I can also click on add to new sheet, and this will add the pivot into a new sheet where I can check my results over here. Now I can always go over here and edit the things. For example, if I want to filter to a specific store, I can do the filters here, or I can even ask the Copilot to generate a data for a particular store and it will give me the same results, right? Well, let's make this a little more complex. All right. So what I want is multiple lines for each store. All right. So make sure that this table is highlighted. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in cost by year by store. And let's just see what it gives. Well, we have our chart with multiple lines, and that's exactly what I wanted. Well, it's too bad that we do not have the legend over here, but I can always click on add to new sheet and see the data and also check the data. So we have our legend over here. So the blue one is store A, the red is store B, and let's say we are concerned with store C, which is the green line, and that's what we are looking for over here, right? Which is cost per year for each store, A, B, C, D, and E. Now it has been creating a really good line charts for me, but what I want to do is I don't want the line chart. Instead, I want column charts that shows me the sales and the cost that are grouped together. All right. So let's just go to our main sheet over here. And what I can do is I can type sales and cost by year and then also specify the chart type, which is the column chart. Because in Excel, the column chart is, the standing up chart, whereas the bar chart is the horizontal one. So we want the column chart, and let's just click on send over here. Awesome. So over here we have our sales and cost by year as a column chart. And again, I can click on add to new sheet to play around with the data as well. Now, before concluding this video, I would like to address a few constraints. Initially, the queries we explored were quite straightforward and simple. But as we progress, the complexity and the capabilities will undoubtedly improve. Typically, an experienced Excel analyst could perform these tasks in under, let's say, 5 minutes. However, the essence of Copilot is to make Excel accessible to wider audience, eliminating the need for expertise in, let's say, pivot tables or Excel itself. So obviously there are some limitations at the moment when it comes to more intricate tasks such as creating complex chart types or let's say conducting regression analysis, right? So indeed there are some limitations, and while it's unfortunate that Copilot can't yet understand the relationship between multiple columns, it's a part of the learning curve. We will tackle this in a step by step manner in our upcoming videos, ensuring a comprehensive understanding and the application. Now, despite these initial hurdles, the potential for improvement is significant, and I am optimistic about the advancements to come. I hope you like this video, and if you want to watch more such videos, stay tuned and keep watching 365 Pros. Bye for now.